Hi, and welcome to another episode of Late to the Prepper Party with Jay and Elle. I'm Elle, and Jay is next door at the other duplex getting ready to paint. Now, you might have caught the episode where we have work to do, where we were doing the work, getting it ready to paint. Well, Jay's over there painting, and I am over here bringing you another edition of Kitchen Corner. In today's edition of Kitchen Corner, we're looking at prepper and prepping side of things. While things aren't going up as quickly in the store, prices are raising because the reality is, once somebody knows that you're willing to pay $5 instead of $4 for something, they're not going to lower it back down to $4. Not when they can get you to pay $5. So I want to look at, we're going to look at canning your preps. I'm going to be pressure canning for the first time starting tomorrow, because today we are going to prepare everything for canning. And you can do this too, right in your own home. And today we are going to be taking 5 Costco chickens. You know that how when you go to Costco and they have the rotisserie chicken for $5? We're going to take $25 in chickens. We're going to turn it into canned chicken meat and chicken broth that will be shelf stable for years to come. All for just $25. So let's go get started. So as you may or may not be able to see, I've got 5 Costco chickens here. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and start preparing them to can up. And hopefully you'll give this a try too. Now I have my roaster here. That's what I'm going to make my broth in. And I'm just pulling off the excess juice and stuff from the chicken. I'm going to pull off the skin because all of that, including the bones, is what we're going to use to make the broth, the chicken broth, before we can it up. You know, I'm super excited about this. This is my first time I'm going to be pressure canning. And guess what? Tomorrow, you guys will get to possibly meet Shirley. I don't know if she's going to want to be on camera or not. But my dear friend Shirley, who makes my aprons, is going to assist me while I'm canning. See, I've studied videos and read several, done a lot of research on how to pressure can. And this will be my first time trying it, like I said. And what I'm going to do is I'm asking her to allow me to do everything and only intervene if I'm making a mistake, so I don't, blow my hole through the kitchen. Because I'm not doing it in my kitchen. I'm going to do it in the kitchen that we're going to put my mother in, that Jay is over painting right now, because her burner has too big, or her oven or her stovetop has 2 big burners on it, and I only have 1 on mine, and I have 2 pressure canners that I've gotten at thrift stores, and so I can do twice as much at once. And I mean, I'm trying to learn and get this done, and I'm going to have quite a bit of chicken to can, and I'm going to have quite a bit of broth to hopefully can, or I hope I'm going to have quite a bit. But like I said, I got these chickens for $5 at Costco, pre-cooked. And like right now, all I'm doing, you can see, is pulling the big chunks of meat off. You don't have to worry about getting all of the meat off. Just because you'll go ahead and pick through the bones a little later. And pull some more off for you to can up. But now, of course, I had said, let's see how much we get, and that you can do this too for approximately $25 if you get 5 chickens at Costco. Of course, there is a Costco membership and the price of the jars, but you can get those at thrift stores. Some of my jars and lids I have gotten at a local thrift store, and where I paid 50 cents a jar, which is a pretty good deal. Other jars I've bought brand new. So there's the price of the jars, the chicken. But, ultimately, once you have the jars, you get to reuse them over and over and over again. But you can see I'm just pulling the big meat off the bone. And when I have big pieces of skin, because see, all of this is going to flavor your broth. So, and add some collagen to your broth. And we'll fish it out later, you'll see. So, I'm just trying to pull some of the big chunks of meat off Chicana. Hello and good morning. Welcome back to Late to the Prepper Party with J&L. It is about 6:30 in the morning. I got up at 5:30. You can see I have no makeup on. I haven't gotten in the shower yet, but I had to pull the bones out, which I did. Let's see if I can show you this. And I'm going to try to pull some chicken meat off of it, add it to my bowl to be canned, and then put the bones back in my roaster. I've left the scraps in terms of like the skin and stuff, because it's giving that broth some flavor. I've still got it cooking at about 150 degrees. I believe I started it out last night, just so you know, when I first put the bones in with the water at 200 degrees, and I left it that way for about 6 hours. Then I turned it down overnight to 150, and it smells quite good. And so I'm going to go ahead and slide this over a little bit and get to this meat bone. If you don't have one of these, I suggest you get one. It made it really easy to scoop out the bones, the whole carcass actually, and you'll find that yours is falling apart. Mine was. And there's me and my glasses. But you'll find that your bones might be falling apart. May not. Some of mine held, some of them didn't. But I'm going to go ahead and pull some meat off of this so that I have even more to can, because we are trying to make these 5 chickens stretch as far as they can into many meals for me and Jay and whoever I might be feeding that night. So I'm going to get started. I'll get back to you right after I get done with that, when I put the bones back in. So I've got almost all this chicken. I actually did a better job than I realized at deboning this. Not deboning, but at pulling the meat off when I started. I think the last two carcasses I didn't do as well of a job at. But that was okay, because I knew I was going to come in here, get up this morning, and that I was going to do this and pull the meat off. So I've got just this little bit, and I wanted to tell you, a lot of my chicken here will be going into soup. Some of it I'm going to put into pints with less of the broth, and use that for sandwiches maybe, or for when I make like things like chicken pot pies or chicken stuffing, quick meals in the crock pot for me and Jay, or sometimes for the functions for the men at church, because I cook for their Bible study every week. And as you can see, I've gotten quite a bit more than I had. It's mostly dark meat, because the legs and thighs are hard to get. The wings too, I gotta say. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to finish this last one up, and I wanted you to see before I do that, see all this right here that came out with the chickens. I'm going to pour all this back in. Okay, I've got some meat. You can see I'm even pulling some off the back because that's white meat. It's a little bit greasier, no more than the wings. And you know, for those of you who are thinking, I don't want to bother with the wings, there's so little meat on it. You will eat wings. You'll go to a restaurant and pay $15 or $20 for a plate of 6 wings or 8 wings. There's meat on it. Eat it. Pull it off. Or don't. It's up to you. I went ahead and did it because, you know what? Like I said, I don't know who I'm feeding with this. I don't know who or when, but at some point, we're going to be eating it. So I am going to go get ready for the day, get my other chores done, clean this up a little bit, and take a shower because, like I told you, Miss Shirley's coming. We are going to can this up, and I'm going to learn to pressure can. I'm so excited, and thank you for being here to share it with me. Back in a few. Hi, welcome back. I have showered, and I've got my makeup on, my contacts are in, and I'm so excited to introduce to you Miss Shirley, who is here. Come on into the video. Yeah. She's on. This is Shirley. She makes all of my aprons. You guys have heard all about Shirley already. She is here. This is my first time pressure canning. So I'm going to start with taking a bunch of quart jars, which she is very kindly getting ready for me, and we're just rinsing them carefully. They're fresh right out of the package, brand new, and I'm going to load them with chicken, and then we'll take some broth and put some broth in it. So, okay, wish me luck. So the first thing that I did was I took all of that chicken that I pulled off the bones. I kind of separated it into smaller pieces, and then I began to fill my quart-size jars all the way, leaving only 1 inch of head space. The next step was to take all of those bones that were in the chicken broth out of the roaster so that I only had broth remaining. And then I made sure to drain the broth through a mesh strainer. I then took some of the broth and poured it into the jars, the quart jars that had the chicken in it, making sure to take a knife and get the bubbles out, and I filled them to 1 inch of headspace. I do apologize for your view here. I know it's not the best. This was the only camera setup I had, but I think you can see I've got a knife down there, and I'm just rotating the jar as I remove the bubbles before filling the jar back up with broth until, like I said, 1 inch of headspace. Once I had the 7 quarts of chicken filled up with broth and all the air bubbles removed, I then moved on to preparing for the broth. I grabbed a gallon pitcher that I had and placed a fine mesh strainer on top of it, and then just began dumping the broth through the strainer so that it could grab all of the chicken debris that was left, leaving only the broth in my gallon pitcher. I then went and poured it into the pint jars and prepared canning just like you always do by wiping the rims with vinegar and placing on your sterile lids, putting your rings on finger tight. And then I took my pressure canner and I filled it with about 2 inches of water and placed the jars into the pot to get ready to start pressure canning. But you'll see coming up, I had Jay come in and help me out with a little bit of that. Okay, so we started this. You can't see it. Jay, just come and do this and slowly pour it.
They sucker me into this, you guys. I have no idea.
Just pour carefully.
Oh, God.
And slowly.
Ah, burns! Just kidding.
You stop it. Okay.
Okay, what do we do?
Pour it.
Smells good, though.
Yeah. Thank you. It's
Chicken
chicken.
needs a pinch more salt.
I didn't put any salt in it.
That's what I said. Maybe watch out, I'm going to pour it in your hand.
I was trying to do
Okay, ready?
Okay, slow. Go ahead.
Am I getting it in there?
Yeah, you're getting it in there. I'll tell you when to stop.
Get it all. I gotta hit
You're
the.
gonna get it all. You got it. Get it. It's steaming to where you can see it, even if you guys can't. And it's a steady stream. It's kind of hot. And I've got a 10-minute timer going. As soon as the 10-minute timer stops, I'm gonna put my weight on it. We're gonna wait for it to do the little hula dance, and then I'm gonna start turning it down. I believe that's the process. Shirley's saying in the background. So we'll do that next. Okay, I just put them on.
Yep, just set it on there.
Oh God, it scared me. For our altitude to get it to the 277 degrees Fahrenheit that you need to cook it. And even though the meat's already cooked, you have to, it has fat in it. So you have to get it to 277 degrees, I believe it was, Fahrenheit, which is, for my altitude, 15 pounds of pressure for 45 minutes for both the chicken and the broth.
Starting to dance, but we gotta make sure we don't keep going higher because we'll have to adjust the heat a little bit here.
Okay, well, yeah,
that's gonna be a tricky thing because it's still climbing pretty good.
yeah. Turn it down to 6. I just turned it down to 6 because 7 was too high and still scared. It's still too much.
Brian?
No.
Hey Siri,
Now,
play.
I've been told that you should not take the weight off once it's on your dancing because it'll blow up. It's a little harder to adjust electric than gas. Yeah, because it's not instantaneous with gas. With the fire, you have control over it. With electric, you have to wait for the burner to kind of cool down, or not cool down, but the heat to just, however, I don't know. I'm not an electrician. Okay, I'm getting ready to start the second one. I ran into a problem. My trays came in the mail, but Jay didn't pick them up. So what I had to do was use the wire basket from my water bath canner, and because it's not the same size pot in height, it was too big for the quarts. So we switched the quarts with the pints. So we've got the quarts of chicken and broth in the one that's going right now, and we're about to start the 7 pints of broth. Here we go.
Okay, we do the 10 minutes for this to get the air out, the steam up. And you put the thing on, and then once it gets to the pressure, then you time your time at 10 seconds or whatever it is.
We're pressure canning and we haven't blown anything up yet. Okay,
Yeah,
we've got the one going, and the other one has now been 10 minutes, and it is steaming. Holy cow, like you wouldn't believe, and yet the pressure gauge is still went up to 5, so we're gonna have to watch that. But I'm just gonna set it on, right?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Okay, it's on. Now we're gonna watch the pressure and probably start turning it down. But first we're gonna let it build up to the right amount of pressure. Which, once again, what is it? That's right, it is 15 pounds of pressure per 45 minutes. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, okay, I'm getting all my hair off. We're gonna turn it off and just leave it. Well, we turned it off. Okay. And we've got the other one going. It's got about 38 minutes to go. This one has to depressurize. And then we're gonna let it cool down. We've got the weight off. Jay is gonna come and try to do the lid, because my hands are good, and he's gonna have to do it for us. So here he comes. Just don't lift it, just twist it.
Just twist it.
You have to use the twist from the handle. There you go. Okay, hold on.
Let me go close this window so the water don't get on the...
So I just open it. Out. You always open it out.
Away from you.
Away from you.
I can't hear you. What? Oh yeah, this brown's over. Let me go show you.
Just pull it up like regular.
Not this room yet.
Pull. Oh no, where's it here? Close.
This brown's over here. This brown's between the refrigerator too. Look. You guys figured out how it goes together? Oh, you did a wonderful job. Oh my God, it's turned all back. I know.
It looks like we might have success.
Look at this.
Okay, so my 45-minute timer just went, and went off, and God, my camera's crooked. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna turn this off, and we're gonna let the pressure come down. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can tell, I'll move the camera down, but these are still boiling, and they've been out like, I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes? 10 minutes, probably. Okay, so there we have it. I want to take the broth out for you to see, but here we have it, guys. Pressure canning with 5 chickens from Costco, $25. I was able to can 7 full quarts of chicken meat with broth and 28 pints of chicken broth. Now, a pint of chicken broth is equal to a can of chicken broth. So where can you buy 28 cans of chicken broth for $25? And on top of that, I was able to can the chicken meat as well. Every single seal popped. My first time pressure canning has been a success. Thank you, Shirley. I learned a lot from you. I can't thank you enough. I really, truly can't. Not only does she make my wonderful aprons, but she also worked with me on pressure canning. Her patience was astounding. Her help was invaluable. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for sharing your time with me, for watching me pressure can for the first time. I hope you learned something in this. I know that I certainly did. I want to leave you with this one thought. The amount of human poop that the FDA allows in your food is not 0. Learn to can, learn to prepare. Until next time, blessed be his name. Bye.